Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Just Kristen Chavis and I'm so glad that you are here with me on today. If you are new here, welcome child. And if you're a returning subscriber, I'm so glad that you're back here with me. Alright y'all, let's get into it.
It's another one for real. K Chavis, I call you for real because you the truth.
Hey everybody, it's Just Kristen Chavis. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome child. And if you're a returning subscriber, I'm so glad that you're back with me on today. Alright y'all, let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to talk about animals and when you see them in your dreams, what they mean. Hopefully this will give you some clues as to how to break down these symbols and what they may mean for you. Okay, so if you go to the word in Revelation, in Daniel, or wherever, you'll hear it talk about the beast or different types of beasts. It may even mention frogs or anything of that nature. And one thing, if you do read it, you will see that it talks about that it is a demonic spirit. In Revelation 15 and the 13th verse, it talks about how this dragon and these frogs come out and how they were demonic spirits. So that gives me a clue that if a dragon and frogs can be labeled as demonic spirits, that means that these other types of animals that I see in my dreams can be demonic spirits as well, just different types. Okay, so in the word, it talks about there being principalities and powers and rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, so when God shows you animals in your dreams or in your visions, depending on the size of the animal, lets you know how strong this spirit is or how strong this stronghold is. And the reason why he's showing it to you that way is so that you'll know how to pray and how hard you need to pray, okay? And how serious this thing is, all right? Even if he shows it to you and it's really, really tiny, it does not mean that it won't happen, or it does not mean that an attack will come your way or it hasn't happened already, okay? So God is just so amazing like that, where he just shows us those things. So spiritual wickedness in high places, the way you're going to see those symbols in your dreams and visions, they're going to be really big, okay, like giants, or really tall, abnormally big, or bigger than normal. And then rulers of darkness, they'll be a little bit smaller than that, like medium size, but they may be fatter or wider. You may see like a really fat snake, you know. This lets you know that it's a little bit stronger than just a regular old principality. And then you have your powers, which may be like a medium size, and then you have your principalities, which are like your small, extra small, medium sizes, okay. And that could be, this can go for snakes, this can go for alligators, this can go for dogs, lions, cats. Any kind of animal that you may see or that walks around on this earth is considered a beast. Okay, even in Genesis, it talks about the beast of the field and the fowl of the air. Okay, when the word mentions beast, it doesn't mean like Beauty and the Beast, like Rrr. It's just talking about an animal or a creature. Okay, so keep that in mind. So the first one I want to attack today is gators. Alligators. Alligators can trip a person up, but in the word it talks about the Leviathan and basically like how strong it is. But think about an alligator. When you break down symbols, think about how they are in nature and then try to relate that to your own life. So an alligator, of course, is some sort of reptile. It swims in the water. But most of the time, if you're not paying attention, you don't know it's there. I'm from Louisiana, and before we step foot in anybody's water, we're going to make sure that there ain't no gators in there, okay? And if it look a little swampy or whatever, we're not getting in that, because that's gator territory. Even if it's a lake, could have a gator in there. We don't play with that, because gators look like logs on purpose, okay? And logs just usually float around, and they seem harmless. But in actuality, this gator that looks like a log can lunge out and grab you and then do the death roll and drown you, okay? Very, very dangerous. I have found personally that the gator represents, it can be a generational thing, like it can represent a generational curse, but the generational curse is connected to the mind, connected to like depression and anxiety or any mental health issues, if that makes sense. And I've seen this in dreams for my own family, and I was kind of hesitant about going to this funeral, and I wasn't going. And I had this dream that I was in this swampy water and I was walking on the backs of these gators, right? And I could see these gators on both sides, and I knew how to avoid them, but I had to get to the shore, and God showed me like stepping over these gators, and I actually took the gator's mouth and closed it with my hand and got to the shore that I needed to be in. And I was just like, okay, Lord, what is this about? And I asked him, I said, you want me to go to this funeral? And he said, yes, very clear. And I was like, ugh, I really don't want to go. But me going wasn't just for me. It was for a particular family member at that time. But he was letting me know that you have power over this stuff, because the people in my family sometimes can be nasty nice, you know? So like a gator, like they're chilling, they're calm, and it seems like they're not going to bother you or mess with you. And then I don't know where it might be this like left hand or backhand comment, and then you got to be ready for war. And that did actually happen at the funeral, and my husband actually got them together. So primates, that can be monkeys, apes. I haven't seen a lot of primates, but when I do see them, I know that it's pretty serious. Primates naturally hang in groups, so they are like familial spirits. So sometimes these can be related as generational spirits as well. There can be different types of generational curses or generational spirits. So you have to be able to discern what was going on with you at the time, what you prayed about, what you're dealing with, and what this possibly could relate to. Okay, I have had friends that have dreamed of primates or monkeys in trees. So we knew that the tree is like a family tree, so we knew that it was something familial, and they were making like a lot of noise and throwing down bananas, and bananas is like provision. So, but also in cartoons, people, they would have bananas to try to make you slip up. So you would have to break it down in that way, or that term. I've seen a primate. It was very strange. He basically like jumped up. He was in this aquarium, this glass aquarium. He like jumped up and like stomped the ground. But it's like this big rock turd fell as well. But the debris hit my leg. Okay. The glass never broke, but the debris actually hit me, like it came through. So for me, I actually woke up and my leg was kind of hurting. So I prayed about it, and the Lord had just kind of let me know, like, the stuff that I had been looking at, like I was researching into Jay-Z, and I got kind of curious because one of his sons is actually like on Empire, and I was looking at that, and you know, like Jay-Z is known for being like a Freemason and all of this stuff. So I believe it was attached to that, like it opened a door to that, because and to a spirit of infirmity, because my leg was actually hurting. I had to pray and break links when I got up and pray over my leg, and it went away. But for me, I had to be careful what doors I open and make sure that I broke links effectively and closed those doors, because my family in generations past has been tied to Freemasonry and the whole Masonic world, and it's stuff that I had to pray over and break and renounce in my own life, so that there would be freedom. And so if you have had this hanging over your family or your bloodline in the past, and you've gotten free from it, and then you open that door back up, it's easy for the enemy to like attack you. Okay, so that's why I said apes could represent something familial or some type of generational curse. It may be related to the occult, you know, so keep that in mind. The next one is reptiles, like snakes. Of course, we've talked about snakes before, but there can be different sizes of snakes, of course, in the natural. But if you see these snakes in different ways, it could be talking about different things, but always it's a stronghold. It sometimes the snake could be talking about a person specifically, or it could just be talking about a spirit that you've allowed into your life that you need to pray about or pray against. Snakes could, for some people, could represent depression as well, or anxiety, or something that they're struggling with. I've seen that. I've seen where snakes were like short and fat, where the person was dealing with a food addiction, or some type of stronghold where they were just eating a lot, you know. I've seen snakes where in my own dreams where we were dealing with a flea problem, and it seemed like we couldn't get rid of it, and it was like they were just, no matter what we did, they were just flourishing. And I had a dream that there was like snakes on the ground, and they were kind of flat and still like trying to crawl, but they were almost dead but not quite. And from this dream, I realized that I really had to like let my cat go, because my cat was the problem, and it's no matter what we treated it with or whatever, like the fleas just flourished. And it was just, he was sick. It was just time to let him go. And once we let him go, we didn't have no more flea problems after that. I didn't think it was spiritual, but it was spiritual. Okay. Also, you can have like lizards, which could kind of go with crocodiles. But if you see giant lizards, or like they may be related to the occult. But if you see dinosaurs in particular, in prayer, that was revealed to me that those can be ancient spirits, like ancient spirits that have been here for a long time. And many times I've seen like after prayer, my husband and I, we did this prayer over the airways at his job at the radio station, and we prayed for people that were struggling with depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And like that following night, I had a dream that we were fighting like this red Tyrannosaurus Rex looking creature. It was tall, but the arms were like really tall, like skinny, and we was getting it, you know. And I understood that because it was two dinosaurs. One was depression and one was anxiety, and that's something that people have been struggling with for a long time. It is a very hard thing for some people to shake. It is a very powerful stronghold, so it would be categorized as spiritual wickedness in high place. All right, so amphibians, as we've talked about before in Revelation, they were referred to as unclean spirits. Same there. If you find that it represents anything else, please share with me or let me know. They also could possibly represent some type of plague or some type of sickness or disease. Usually unclean spirits are attached to some sort of sickness or disease or seizures or something like that. So that's what frogs will represent. And of course, if they are big, small, or whatever, or have different variations, then you will need to pray and get more discernment about, and get more understanding about what they mean for you and how that applies to your life. Okay. Dogs, many times our dogs can represent a part of us, because dogs and cats oftentimes are people's pets. But I have found that dogs can represent people, especially if they're trying to attack you or coming at you. That means that there's some type of spiritual attack pointed towards you. And you know, many times when we talk about people in general, or like they're like dogs, or they're barking or talking a lot of mess, like that's how dogs are, right? Like when they're in front of you and they don't know you, or they got a problem with you, it's a lot of barking, it's a lot of this going on. So if you see dogs on chains, or whatever, or dogs coming at you, that's probably a sign that there's some sort of attack, verbal attack going on, that you need to pray against and just cancel and delete their prayers or their words towards you. If you see a fence between you and that dog, that's a good thing. If they hop the fence, that's not a good thing. That means you need to put it back in its place. If you see it on a leash and it can't get to you, that's a good thing as well, right? Even if it's in a fence and it's on a leash, I've seen that means that they're blocked or they can't get to you, which in real life I actually blocked these people, and I know it made them mad, but it wasn't nothing they could do about it, right? So as far as dogs being like your pets or representing, they could represent your friend, they can represent how you feel about something, your emotions, your heart, because you know we love our animals and they are near and dear to us. So if something happens to our animals, it kind of demonstrates how we really felt about a situation or what's really happening or going on with us. Okay, I've talked about cats before, but I'll chime them in right here. Cats, I have found, represent religious spirits because they are very sneaky and can seem friendly, and you know, cats will let you pet them and everything else, and then next they'll scratch you or bite you. These types of spirits often feel like they need to come to your rescue or tell you what to do or put you in your place, or kind of like very controlling spirits, very manipulating spirits, manipulative spirits. A lot like cats. Like cats don't really know what personal space means. Like if they really want you to rub them, they're gonna rub on you or make you rub them, and it's not much you can really do about it unless you go ahead and kick them or something like that. So those are animals in dreams. If you have any questions or have any requests as far as videos or anything you would like for me to break down as far as symbols, you can comment it below, or you can email me or contact me, all the ways via the description box. This is your girl, Just Kristen Chavis. I love you guys so much. I pray that you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye bye.